How about another nighttime walkabout? This time let's do Park Avenue. If you're just finding this channel, I pick out places in New York to go explore and bring you with me. Tonight again though, I'm just on one of my nighttime walks. Let's check out Park Avenue at night. So Park Avenue is much more residential, and it's actually historically protected as being residential. There's even a centuries-old ban on buses running along Park Avenue. I'm in 81st now, and you can still see the Met Museum down at the end of the street that way toward Central Park. So 5th Avenue's that way, Lex, 3rd, all those are that way. I talked a little bit about Park Avenue in the GrandCentral episode that I did. Check out that one if you haven't seen it. The reason Park Avenue is the way it is today is because this was actually the route that all the trains took to get into GrandCentral Terminal, which is at the end of this street. But originally, back in the day, it was steam locomotives that ran at street level. So this was an incredibly dirty and very dangerous place, and no one wanted to live here. But then at one point, as they were building the new GrandCentral Terminal, they decided to bury the rail lines underground and electrify the trains. And once they did that, they put in these gardens and stuff on top, renamed it Park Avenue, because this is actually 4th Avenue, and trying to make it so that people would want to build upscale hotels and apartments here to attract the richer people to live in this area. And it worked. The green space in the middle of the road used to actually be much bigger. It used to actually be more park-like. But then they expanded the roadway and shrunk the middle part, and now it is what it is. Although I've heard that they may be thinking about trying to revitalize that middle part of the road. We'll see. Park Avenue actually runs all the way from Lower Manhattan up into the Bronx. But in this part of Park Avenue, on the Upper East Side, there's a ban on retail, so there are no storefronts. It's all upscale apartments and offices. I was just about to say there aren't as many interesting looking buildings on Park up in this area, but then we passed the Italian Consulate. The upper part of Park is mostly the upscale apartments. Now we're getting down to the interesting buildings. Not that the apartments aren't interesting, they're pretty interesting. But here we go, Park Avenue Armory. This is one of the armories that are placed strategically throughout Manhattan that were here to arm, I believe, the state militias. And some of them, like this one, are strategically placed near the wealthier areas in order for the rich folk to protect their assets. Now it houses art exhibits and event spaces. If you've heard anything about congestion pricing in New York City, there it is. Those are the toll things. Good, bad, hard to say. I don't have a car, so. Now we're down to where some upscale retail is allowed. So we're at 59th Street, Plaza's right down there. Keep heading downtown, you see the MetLife Building. That's over GrandCentral Terminal. I think that's where I'm heading. They're totally slumming it here on Park Avenue with their auto dealerships. So this is always fascinating. You get these office buildings with people who work late, and so they all order their dinner, but the delivery people aren't allowed in the building, So they all line up on the outside and wait for the people to come out and get their orders. I mean, it makes sense, and it's not that funny. It's just kind of funny to see. And we're getting closer to Grand Central, and if you've watched my Grand Central video, you'll know that all the trains come up Park Avenue underground, and then they spread out on all the tracks under Grand Central. And I just looked down, and I see some of the tracks through one of these grates. Of course, I'm not lucky enough to have a train come down this track right now, but there it is. Waldorf Astoria. I think they're working on it right now. This is that new JP Morgan Chase tower that they're building. It's going to be the tallest building in Midtown. If you see the base of it here, it all kind of angles in because the GrandCentral Tracks are right under us. So they had to use the same foundations as the building that used to be here, I think is what the story is, which is why it's a wider building that kind of comes into a narrower anchor. It's interesting. It doesn't seem like it should stand up, but apparently it's going to. And then there's the Helmsley Building, with the MetLife Building right behind it. The Grand Central Terminal is just on the other side of that. So now we're walking through the MetLife Building. It used to be the Pan Am Building. You walk right through here, and it leads you into Grand Central Terminal. Well, I'm back up to the east side after another pleasant nighttime walk, this time down Park Avenue. If you're just finding this channel, be sure to check out all the rest of the episodes already available up to the east side on YouTube. Please like and subscribe. Every little bit helps. Look for new episodes every Friday, and occasionally I'll keep filming these nighttime walks that I go on. They're kind of fun. I'll see you next time.